All right, this is part two. It's the final part. I'm only making one over you guys. I'm tired. Yeah, because I know whoever I know. Let's say if I date Emmanuel, Emmanuel wants to live that billionaire life with me. Obviously, hence why she's gonna force me to choose. If I end up dating her, which probably won't happen. Don't hate me. I'm saying she's gonna force me. You have to choose. I'm VJ. Yeah, I'm choosing VJ for you, man. You're not VJ, and you're garbage. And you're gonna. Yeah, you're young now. You're 21 years old now, but in 19 years you're gonna be 40. You're gonna start aging. You can't live with me forever. You're not blue, and you're not Victoria Justice. Don't hate me, and you're garbage. Whereas if I say VG, I get her fresh. You can't get when I have sex with you, nothing happens. I don't get the glowing beauty because you're not meant for me. You're incompatible with me. Sometimes you're not. Why are the women in the world incompatible with you? Because I'm not from this world. I'm from a different realm, and I'm from the heavens. I have different genes in you. You guys are X. You're from Earth. Don't hate me, son. I'm from the heavens. I'm an alien, hence why I'm not meant for the woman here. VJ is not meant for the men here because me and her are aliens. We're from the heavens. We're only meant for each other. Hence why you guys cannot see me because you're not meant for me. Even though you guys can't understand that because you're crazy people, obviously. If you're not meant for me, don't hate me. I'm saying, what? Only Victoria Justice is meant for me. I'm saying, because me and her are not from here. We're from the heavens. Don't hate me. Don't hate us. I'm saying we're from the heavens. Yeah. Just like Jesus in the Bible, he's an alien too. Obviously, he's in that. The Bible the Bible portrays Jesus as some average looking. Jesus, there's nothing about Jesus' appearance that would stand on the crowd. No, man. Jesus drew crowds in the Bible. He was the perfect man. He had the God gene. Obviously, he was God's beloved son. He was a handsome man. Obviously, very handsome. Obviously, he did miracles. He was an amazing preacher. Symbols of me, obviously. Jesus was such a good preacher, he drew crowds. This guy has wisdom, he has knowledge. Just like when you see me preach, I have wisdom too. I have streets. Jesus has street smarts like me, obviously. Yeah, he had wisdom. He made even the Pharisees look. He made even the Pharisees look bad. Yeah, because he had wisdom. And it says Jesus was filled with the Holy Spirit without measure. The fullness of the Godhood dwelt in him in bodily form. Yeah, symbols of me, obviously. I have the God gene, the God personality in human flesh. That's why if in other words, if I came down to Earth 2,000 years ago and I preach, I would draw crowds because I have the God gene, obviously. I draw crowds, obviously, and the Pharisees would have killed me too because of God's son. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a symbolism of Jesus, obviously. Yeah, it's a symbolism of me, obviously. Don't hate me, I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and get more milk. Fucking thirsty. I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna talk about Zanus when I come back. Oh, Zanus, that's what Zanus movie projects and stuff. Don't hate this. I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, I don't work tomorrow though. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, apparently tomorrow was a holiday, so they would the boss would have had I worked tomorrow the boss would have paid me double. Yeah, man. He gave me tomorrow off. Fuck, the other guy's working tomorrow. I would have made more money. I would have made my $950 that I worked tomorrow. He gave me Monday off. The other dishwasher needs more money because he only works like 2, 3 times a week. The other guy, right? He's not making as much money, so. Yeah, Zayas I'll make for $1.2 billion and $50 million. So I'm gonna put $1.250 billion towards Zanus because I know the whole thing will be drained. I said $7 million over. No, I'm doing the math here. I'll have maybe 30 million left over in the budget after everything's drained. I also have to pay Peter his $10 million bonus, right? Well, no, that I'm paying through the salary budget, but if the salary budget's drained, I have to pay him through the movie budget, the 10 million bonus. I'm probably gonna have maybe 25, 30 million left over in the budget. So let's say it costs me $40 million to rent all the best visual effects technology for all departments. That's 560 million going towards the movie. If I have 30 million left over, I can only put maybe $15 million of that towards the visual effects budget. I only have 575 million, so I have to have the 50 million left over. The 50 million added, the extra $50 million, I don't have enough to put 200 plus $203 million towards each of the movies, each of the volumes. So 830 million towards the movie, 410 towards salaries, and 10 million towards the unheard of behind the scene documentary. That's the structure of my movie budget. And Peter Mel Gibson, my top two candidates for the movie. The question is who's better for the job, I don't know. Peter or Mel, that remains to be seen. Somebody else I'm going to choose Mel. I might choose Peter. We'll see what happens. Peter, I'll pay him his 85 million base, and I'll give him $425 million of the movie royalties, the box office royalties, and I'll pay him $90 million of the Birch royalties, Peter Jackson, and then Mel Gibson, I'll pay him 56 million base, $200 million of the movie royalties, box office royalties, and I'll pay him $35 million to Mitchell. Mel Gibson signed a $290 million deal in the Canadian money, which is like 50 million, $10 million in American money. That's a good deal for Mel Gibson. Whereas Peter signed a 600 million Canadian deal, which is 745 million New Zealand money, because Peter lives in New Zealand, and New Zealand money is not worth as much as American and Canadian money. And that's why Peter signed a massive, like almost 800 million deal. Because he's greedy, he wants $1 billion. I'm like, Peter, I'm not gonna pay. Oh, I what about double that? I'm like, Peter, I'm not gonna pay you double. You're fucking greedy, man. I'm like, no. Ivan, what about the game? Peter's like, Ivan, you're doing a game? I'm like, yeah, Peter. He's like, oh, can I be involved in that? I'm like, nah, Peter. I need you to focus on the movie. Me and you can consult for the game, but I need you to focus on the movie. I'll hire my own team for the game. I can't have Peter work on the game and the movie. He'll be too stressed out. You might want to work on the game like Peter. I can't have you distracted. I need you to focus on the movie. The movie is more important than the game. That's why I need you to focus on the movie. I'll hire my own team to work on the game. But me and you can consult maybe like once a week. I can pay you for it. I can pay you $30K. I can pay you like $30K a year to consult or something like that for like once a week for the game if you want. Pay Peter $30K to consult. I can pay Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, or James Gunn. You know what I'm saying? Peter Rice and all them like 20K, 15K a year to consult once a week. A nice check like that, you can do that if you want. Pay them that way they're motivated. Pay John 15, pay Dave 10K. Okay, I'll pay you 10K this salary this year, and 15K to consult once a week for the game, and that's it. But I'm gonna hire my own team to write it. I'm gonna hire my own producers to sign all the crewmen and all that. Sign Rabrad. They'll sign Rabrad. Yeah, as I have no time. Me and VJ don't have time to focus on the game. 7 team can't handle the game in the movie. It's too much work for them. You have to hire your own team for the game, obviously. Alright, how much money are you making the game for? Yeah, I'm making $460 million. $460 million? Like, the Lord of the Rings games are only made for like $80 million, Ivan. Yes. The Lord of the Rings games are only made for like $80 million, $70 million. And they were good games. But that was a different generation, right? The Lord of the Rings games were made 20 some years ago when PlayStation 2 and Xbox was out. Technology has gotten much better since PS2 and Xbox. Now you have PS5, you have Xbox 4, yeah. Is it the fourth Xbox? Yeah, we're fourth Xbox, PS5, fourth Xbox, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then Angel Ivan, what about the game? Will Peter get a piece of that? I'm like, no, Peter's not getting swallowed off the game. He's not involved in the game. Yeah, because Peter's building my billionaire empire for my movie, which is a foundation for the merch, obviously, I'll give him a piece of the merch, and I'll give him royalties for the box office, but he's not getting swallowed off the game. Peter, Ivan, can I get a nice like $40 million of the game? I'm like, no, Peter, man. What I'm paying, because Peter wants to get as much money as he can. He's greedy. He wants like an 800, 900 billionaire deal because he's greedy, obviously. I'm like, Peter, no. I got a nice $50 million of that. $60 million of that. I'm like, no, Peter. I know you want your billionaire deal, man. I'm not going to do about that, man. You're not worth $1 billion for my movie. You're fucking greedy, Peter. I'm sorry. Peter's a greedy pig. Yeah. So the question is, which interpretation of my Zayden story will be better? Peter's version or Mel's? I don't know. Whose movie do you think will be better? Somebody tells me Mel's movie's gonna be better, man. Don't hate Peter. Somebody tells me Mel's gonna make the better movie. But I think Peter might bring maybe the world more to life. No, because I'm gonna be involved in the world building, obviously. So the world building will be pretty much just as good. But I think Mel will tell the better story than Peter. To be honest. Because I watched Passion Christ. Passion Christ is a powerful story. With Jesus and the demons, I'm like, yeah, he's going to make a powerful story, Mel Gibson. But somebody tells me Peter might make the better movie too, though. If he can do it for Lord of the Rings, man, he'll make a masterpiece too. I think they're both going to make a masterpiece, but which masterpiece will be better? That's the question. Mel's version or Peter's, I don't know. That's where you got to test your creativity. And hopefully I make the right choice, whoever I choose. But somebody tells me VJ, and George are going to go for Mel. VJ will go for Mel. I like Mel. Yeah, I like Mel too, VJ. George, I think Mel's your guy. And then like all my members of my 17, they all tell me go for Peter. The constant artists all tell me go for Peter, Ivan. Alan Lee and them are biased because they work with Peter, obviously. They work with him in The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Ivan, go for Peter, man. Peter's a fancy guy. And you have the majority go for Peter, the minority go for Mel, and I end up choosing Peter. I just hope I don't regret my decision, man, choosing Peter over Mel. Same time, I hope I don't regret my decision choosing him over Peter. You see what I'm saying? That's where we got to test our creativity. See what I'm saying? You got to test their creativity. I didn't get milk. I got water. I got a cup of water. My stepmother will get mad if I drink 2 cups of milk. Yeah. Because the milk we buy we usually use it for coffee. So my stepmother gets very angry whenever I drink 2 full glasses of milk. Right? That's why I decided to get water instead. Yeah. Water's good for you. You drink a lot of water, Ivan? Yeah, I drink quite a bit of water. I drink a lot of water. Some days I don't, but past couple months I've been drinking a lot of water. Yeah. I don't know. I choose Peter. Peter gets that call from my secretaries. His agent tells Peter, you got the job. Peter's giant for joy. You fly into Vancouver. He signs that massive out, 745 million New Zealand, 600 Canadian deal. He gets the perks with that. We feature on the ad shoots with you and your wife in the 17 first year. So first year, Peter will be featured with me, VJ, the 17, Fran Guillermo Toro for the 4 to 5 ad shoots first year. And the second year, it's me, VJ, and Peter with the stars. But Fran and Guillermo Tornum are not featured with the actors second year. They're only featured in the first year ad shoots. And the 17 were only featured first year. So first year, you focus on you, VJ, and the 17 and all them. And your assistant producers. And second year, it's all about, after that, it's all about the stars. But because Peter's your star director, he's featured with doing VJ and the ad shoots with the stars. Look at an amazing ad shoot, man. We do one in my yacht. We do one in my condo, perhaps. I might do one in my condo, one in my yacht. We rent this high-end photography equipment studio. You know what I'm saying? We do that ad shoot, yeah. Peter's featured. They put makeup on him. He looks boss. Peter, you're paying for your own clothes. I'm not buying clothes for you, by the way. I don't know. You're going to sponsor you my clothes. I'm like, no. You're a billionaire, and I pay you $10 million bonus. You're paying for your own clothes. The actors are my stars, and I'm not paying them for 2 years. That's why I'm paying for their clothing. They're my stars. I pay you a $10 million bonus, Peter. Hence what? I'm not sponsoring you shit. I'm not sponsoring 17 with clothing either, because I'm paying them a yearly salary. Guys, I'm paying you $2 million a yearly salary, $1 million salary. You can easily buy yourself some nice clothes for yourself. You're getting your $25,000, $50,000 every 2 weeks. Easy go to the store and get yourself a nice $1,500 pair of suit for yourself. You can get yourself a nice $500 pair of shoes. Get yourself some nice outfits for yourself. A $500, $300 shirt, a $250 pant, nice $200-$300 shoes. You can easily afford it. I'm not gonna just do like that, Sarah. Yeah, so Peter Jackson has to help me co-write the 3 volumes of Zanus. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. We're going to have to come up with a name for that, most likely. People will tell me, Peter, should we come up with a name? We have to come up with a name for this. We come up with a name for the 3 volumes for the movies. And I'll sell it on 4K Blu-ray, on a 4K Blu-ray box set on Amazon. Amazon, obviously. Amazon US, Amazon Canada, Amazon Germany, Amazon Italy, Amazon England, Amazon France, Amazon Switzerland, Amazon New Zealand, Amazon Australia, Amazon Mexico, Amazon China, Amazon Japan, Amazon Korea. They're in all those countries. Amazon Australia, sold in all those countries, obviously. Yeah. The luckiest places is Europe and North America, and like Australia and New Zealand, because Amazon's in all those countries. Amazon's pretty much in every country in Europe. There might be a few countries they're not in, but if they're not in that country, you can purchase it on another site, right? It's not a big deal, obviously. So let's say Amazon is not in let's say Amazon is not in Sweden. Amazon is in Sweden. Let's say Amazon's not in Norway. You can purchase the movie from the nearest country near Norway. But it might cost you a bit more money because you have higher shipping costs, but you can still buy the movie. That's my point. But Amazon, I believe, is in Norway. It's pretty much in every country in Europe. And they're in Canada, they're in the States, they're in Mexico, they're in half the countries in South America. They're not in Africa, except for maybe a few countries. They're not in the Middle East. And they're not in Asia either. The only countries in Asia they're in is like India, and that's it. China, they're in China, they're in Japan, they're in Korea, they're in South Korea, North Korea, they're in Australia, they're in New Zealand. So all those countries can purchase my movie. Whereas all the other countries, I'm sorry, you will not be able to my movie. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? And besides, most people in Africa and Middle East don't speak English. Either they won't understand the movie. And those guys are not lucky, obviously. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like Hollywood movies are not released in the Middle East. The Hollywood movies are only released in like Europe and North America, and like Mexico and like Australia, New Zealand. They're not in Africa and all. The Hollywood movies are not in those countries. They're not. Africa doesn't have Hollywood movies. Don't get released in Africa. See what I'm saying? Or the Middle East. Yeah, that's why they call them third world countries, because they don't have access to all the stuff that the first world countries have and the second world countries have. See what I'm saying? That's why the Europeans and the North Americans are the luckiest, as well as the New Zealand people, Australian people, Australian people, they're lucky, because the Amazon's in all those countries. As well as China and Japan, they're lucky too, obviously. And they're in India too. Amazon's in India too. But only a good 100 million people in India speak English, and the rest don't understand English. That's maybe 10 million people in India will buy my movie. Because the rest don't understand English, right? Yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm hating them. Saying yeah. I'll release it in different languages. I'm only releasing like 8 languages. That's it. French. You have the option of the English subtitles. If you want to watch the movie in English subtitles, you can if you want. That way you understand the story better. English, French subtitles, Spanish for the people in Mexico and like South America, obviously. You have Russian, you have Chinese. China's a big market. You have Japanese and you have Korean. And that's it. I'm only going to release it in those major languages. That's it. Obviously. You can't release it in 300 languages. My editing team doesn't have the manpower to do that. They can do... Guys, I want it in subtitles. Like, hey, because people in China don't speak English. A lot of people in Quebec don't speak English. Or in France, right? You need to put it in French subtitles for those who don't understand English that well. That way they can watch it in French. The French subtitles. It's very important. See what I'm saying? And it comes in a nice, beautiful box set. Ivan, what are you thinking of? I don't know. I'm thinking of maybe a steel box set. It comes in like a steel box set. Yeah, something beautiful, man. You know, Robert Maynard's like drooling over that. Oh my god, I can't wait to get. I can't wait to have this a part of my collection. You know what I'm saying? Robert Bernardo, the box set arrives in Robert Burnet's house. He's all excited. Oh my god, the box set's here. He sees the box set. He sees me and he agrees. I can't wait to watch this. The box set comes with a map hanging in your house. Yeah. Robert Burnett buys all my merch. He's obsessed with that, obviously. So he likes Hot Toys, Robert Burnett. I might not sell Hot Toys, but he'll buy all my merch, though, Robert. You know what I'm saying? He'll buy all the t-shirts, shirts. I know, whenever I do the red carpet, you're going to see all the fans rocking my merch. They're all wearing, like, my t-shirts, my hats, my pants. The Zayn's fans. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of fans bring the posters when they're going to want all the stars to sign their posters for the red carpet event. Yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, man. That's why if you just said selfie made. I even look at you. I remember when you were pumping out your miscellaneous series. You were talking about your Zane's book, and now look how far you've come, Ivan. You made your billions off your book, and now you built this $1 billion empire, this Zanus empire. You have your own merch, your own game, your own Zanus game based off your book, your own movie franchise, and you have all your merch that you're selling. Your frame posters, your paper posters, your L mugs, your Joe pipe, and like your clothing. And I might perhaps sell toys. We'll see what happens. I might perhaps sell toys. Well, I'm not going to sell a bunch of toys. I might just sell maybe like 12 toys and that's it. Just the main 12 stars, they get toys and that's it. You can have a Lithia toy, a Tactius toy, an Aerotat toy, a Faful toy, a Morale toy, a Job toy, a Cassius, that's a Tonysaur, a Papyri toy, a Cornelius toy, an Eli toy, and that's it. Yeah, you don't have to have a Belle Mary toy. We'll see what happens, yeah. I'm probably not going to sell toys. I'm just going to stick to the clothing. That's good enough. Because toys cost a shitload of money to make. I was like, we can make toys for if you want. You'll make a lot of money off this. Yeah, but the toys you have to sell for hundreds of dollars are expensive. Hot toys are not cheap. They're like $200, $250, $300, $400, $500 bucks. They're expensive. That's for the rich. Yeah, Ivan, the hot toys are for the celebrities and the rich people who make like $100,000 a year. The average person can't afford that. If they do, it's a big cut on their budget. Whereas the clothing and the posing and stuff, that's affordable for everyone. Whereas the toys is for the rich if I end up selling toys. So we'll see what happens. I might sell toys. Now I check that merch out. I'm like, no, Peter, $90 the merch is enough, you fucking greedy pig. So Peter has to help me, obviously, co-write the 3 volumes of Zanus. He has to help me make the business calls for all the main things. The hotel party, the red carpet event, the Bergerac Hotel, the cameras. We're gonna rent the best film IMAX cameras in Hollywood. The equipment for the cameras. Costumes, armor, and weapons, machines for the mask. The visual effects technology software for all departments. And the food and the kitchen equipment. Has to help me with all that. He also has to help me with the concert arts every afternoon, with the exception of Fridays. Fridays, we do business calls. So how it works is, Monday to Thursday, we do concert arts in the afternoon after lunch. Fridays, we do business calls after lunch. Peter will be with me, VJ, in our office, and we're going to make the calls for all the main things. And then Monday to Thursday, we do the concert arts every afternoon. And after you do the concert arts, Peter, the limo driver takes you guys back to your hotel suite. dedicate a good hour, an hour and a half of your time, and take your notes for what we wrote on that day. So if you write 5 pages today, you have to take notes for those 5 pages. It'll take you a good hour, an hour and a half to do it. It won't take you long. And once you're done that, you're off. You can go swimming in your hotel room. The limo driver will pick you up for your supper, your dinner. Sometimes you can go see a movie at night if you want. And you gotta wake up early in the morning, and you gotta be at the office around 9 o'clock again. We gotta keep working on the script and the daily routine. Right? You guys know the daily routine, yeah. Sarah, that's my point. Sarah, that's how people live in line. All this will be trending, by the way. Peter will be trending. I'll be trending with VJ. Looking crazy. You guys all, man, I wish I could be a part of VJ Ivan's life. Yeah, but you're not. You're left behind. Don't hate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you guys will get a glimpse of my life in the documentary. But the documentary is only a glimpse of what happened during the 4 years. You're only looking at maybe, I don't know, an 8-hour documentary. So you're only getting a glimpse of what happened during the 5 years. But they're still filming. They're only filming like a piece of it, a piece of what happened during the 4 years. But you're getting a glimpse of me and VJ's life. Look at that, amazing. That's why the documentary will have like just as much crazy buzz as the movie, pretty much. Almost as much. The movie will have crazier buzz because everything them are devils and all that stuff. And it's cool seeing me with special effects and all that stuff. But the documentary will have special effects too, like something like an independent movie cameraman. Something high tech, yeah, man. Some singer? Something high tech. Something high tech, yeah, man. My documentary. You're looking at something high tech for my documentary, yeah. So, Ivan, what's the structure? Yeah, I'm gonna release like I don't know, a 3 hour, 2.5 hour documentary of me planning Scars with George Lucas. That will be interesting too, but it's not as interesting as the movie one, obviously. I'm gonna release that one early first year to keep you guys going. That way, because you guys are gonna want to, to keep that way. The world's gonna be excited to see that doc and movie. Let's release the George Lucas documentary, the good like 3 hour documentary at the beginning of the first year. You guys will be watching that like I don't know, at once every week, a couple times every week, obviously. And that builds buzz for the better documentary, which is the behind the scenes of the 4 years of Zane, the 5 years of Zanus. So you have the 3 years of pre-production. They're gonna film that. Obviously, then they film production, and they film post-production. With post-production will probably be the most boring one because it's just the doc team filming, the visual effects team working in Vancouver. But you're gonna see them build the character of Aratat and all that stuff, right? Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And the world building, that's pretty. So the post production will probably be the most boring one. And the red carpet, you don't have to film that, right? We'll see what happens. I might perhaps film the red carpet. Just keep behind closed doors. You don't have to film the documentary of the red carpet. You don't have to film that. You can film at least the 5 years of Zane's, but I might film the red carpet though. So, Sarah. Yep. And Peter has to help me sign the 4 groups of crewmen. The first year, Weather Workshop, the mask designers. So you got to hire a team to custom make the mask. So how it's going to work is you have this advanced printing machine. You have people working on a computer. They design the mask based off the concept arts, and then the machine reads the information and it prints the outline of the mask. And the people have to now custom make it, obviously, as well as the costumes too. What do you think? Okay, something like this, devil being an animal, a costume like that. They wear this costume, the way they look like real demonic wolves, not like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was they had cheap masks. No, I want a more professional one, like what you got for the devil being an Annabelle, or that picture, that horrific deep demonic picture I showed you guys earlier this year. Right when I showed my face the first time, yeah, show them, tell John how them they know. Tell people, I want it like this. Like Pennywise the Clown. I want the wolves to be a hybrid of Pennywise and Clown in this demonic picture here. I want the bats to be a hybrid of that boss of Lord of the Rings, and this that will be an animal. You tell them they're hybrids. They're demons. Are they on four legs? No, I don't want them on four legs. They stand on 2 feet, but they have wolf features. Big hairy feet, big clawed hands, but they have human features. So I'm saying like Pennywise the Clown. So I don't want them to look like a werewolf, Peter. Otherwise, it won't be as good. I want Peter Ivan. Werewolf Aratat's not good. I want him looking like he has human features, like the orcs in Lord of the Rings. So Sarah, looking at a masterpiece, yeah, man. He's like, Ivan, look, we have unlimited resources, man. Like, we can rent the best. We can create the best like mask, much better than my Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. We're gonna put hundreds of millions, 200. You're putting 200, $3 million towards visual effects for each of the movies. Peter, he's like, holy shit. Lord of the Rings, you only put like $40 million towards visual effects, Ivan. $35 million towards visual effects. You got a movie like that, yeah. I'm putting $200 million towards visual effects for each movie. I'm not putting 200 towards 3 movies. No, I'm putting it towards each volume. That's why you look at something beautiful in my world. And the horror of looking at demons and the unheard of war, yeah, man. That's why people will be happy. Big budget for the extras. I can pay them $180 a day. The extras, yeah, man. And they're going to work hard for me. Which for Lord of the Rings, I guarantee you some of them even get paid. Some of them even get paid, yeah, man. Obviously. And Peter has to help me sign the costume designers as well as Weather Workshop, obviously. And the extras. And he has to help me sign the Star's second year. So John Boyega, Yvonne Joje, Idris Elba, Karl Urban, all those guys. We sign them and then we take them out to nice dinner at Boston Pizza. And they party up my corner for like 6 hours. Maybe we just con for 6 hours and we give a toast. Cheers, we're gonna be movie stars. Are you ready to go to join me, guys? We're ready, Ivan. Are you ready, Peter? I'm ready, man. Are you ready, Karl Urban? I was born for this. You know what I'm saying? Because in the book, Cornelius says I was born for this, right? Karl Urban might throw in a Cornelius quote in there. I was born for this, Ivan. I'm like, guys, man, we're going to be legends, man. Looking at the most Hollywood movies history. That's where all the Hollywood actors are going to have these things. You know what I'm saying? If you thought Thanos was formidable, man, for Avengers, nothing. Aratal will make him look good, man. Looking at, like, the most Hollywood movie history, like a demon, man. Walking devil. And that's why Zane's will have crazy worldwide buzz. That's something crazy. Something crazy. So crazy that you guys are going to cry tears when you see the fame. But you're looking at imagine all of Europe, all of North America, Mexico, China, Japan, Korea, India, Australia, New Zealand, half of South America going crazy for my movie. Yeah, peace out, guys. Hey, it was different. I'm peace. Bye, guys.